And since in our Spotlight segment we talk about the phones, I thought it would be most appropriate to talk about an app of the week called Race to Answer. And so here's a little demo of a very simplistic app called Race to Answer. In our app of the week, I'm demonstrating an app called Race to Answer. It's by a developer called Sylvia Van. Let's see what the About says.
About this app, heading. Raise to answer, details. Simply hold your phone to your ear to answer an incoming call. When the app detects the phone is near your ear during an incoming call, it will beep 5 times and then answer the call. No ads, no unnecessary permissions, and no unnecessary battery drain. Easy to enable and disable. Doesn't replace your incoming call screen, so you don't need to learn anything new. This app is open source. The source code is available on https://github.com/thelastproject/raisetonser.
And that's the About of the Race to Answer app. I will now go ahead and go back and tap on the install. It's very simplistic. There's no frills about it, just a beautiful app.
Install button. Showing items 1 to 7 of 17.
I am installing the app, and once it finishes installing, I'll tap on the open and let's go from there. I do believe that by now it has finished installing, and I'll put my finger down, find and tap on the open button.
Open button. Allow Raise to answer to make and manage phone calls. Allow button.
Of course, if you don't allow it, it's not going to detect when an incoming call comes in. So it's natural that you should be able to allow it to manage phone calls. So I'm going to tap on allow.
Raise to answer. More options button.
We are now in the main UI of the app, and I'm going to put my finger down to see if we have any information here besides the more options that my talkback is focused on. I'll put my finger down near the top and go from there.
Raise to answer.
Okay, and I'm going to tell it to read from here by triple tapping with 2 fingers.
More options button. Raise to answer. Answering calls. Answer by holding your phone to your ear, checked. Answer at any angle. Declining calls. Decline by putting your phone down screen first. Other settings. Beep on incoming calls, checked. Vibrate on incoming calls.
So by default, the ones that I checked would be the beep to answer and put up against your ear to answer. You could also check the one that says if I flip the phone, then decline the call, or check the ones that says when I put it up against my ear before it answers, vibrate. So you choose the one that you want, but these are the 2 that I checked by default. Let's look at the more options and see what we have in the more options.
More options button.
That's, by the way, found near the top right corner.
Pop-up window. Enable test mode in list.
So tapping on more options, we have an item that says enable test mode. In other words, you want to test to see if this thing actually would work before you go into the real world. And below that, we have another item, and that would be the
privacy policy.
And that's all that you have in the more options. Now I'll move my finger back up and tap on the enable test mode so that we could give it a test.
Enable test mode.
I'll tap here.
Raise to answer. More options button out of list.
Upon tapping or enabling the test mode, in the middle of our phone toward the bottom, there's a button for the test button.
Start test button.
Start test. If I tap here,
end test. Test started.
I'll put it up against my ear.
Call pickup detected.
And it says call pickup detected. And sure enough, it did. And so it's working for me. And that's all that this entails. It's a very simplistic app. Again, it's Race to Answer. And I hope you like Race to Answer. And now that we're done with the test, which works, that button now becomes the end test.
End test button.
Tap here.
Test ended. Was the test successful? If not, you could send the test logs to the developer so she can help to figure out what went wrong. Report issue button.
And there's report issue
Close button.
or close. I'm going to tap on close.
Raise to answer. Start test button.
And that's it. That's your race to answer.